Hey guys, it's me, Kelly, and we're on our third and final part of our journal page with Art Journal with Annie. And I have a few things I want to talk about, a few things I want to show you. First, in my last video, I have these zip screens, and I was sitting playing with it and I couldn't get it off, and then I was sitting reading the back of it, and I'm like trying to figure it out, and here I put that in there so I wouldn't make another fool out of myself. But it does come off, and then you use it as your screen. So that does peel off, and then you put it back on to save it. So I'll have to use that in another project. But I wanted to show you guys that real quick. So I went to Michael's yesterday. And actually, I had a doctor's appointment yesterday morning, 8:30. And I am not a morning person. I hate mornings. Got up, got ready, went, and here the lady who scheduled my appointment when I was there last time put me in the other place my doctor works from, which is like an hour, a little bit more than an hour away. So I couldn't see him yesterday, and I was very upset, and so my husband took me to Michael's, which I was very happy with. And I ended up buying the Twinkling H2Os. And I bought 4 packages. And I used my they had a 50% off coupon yesterday. So I used 2 coupons on 2 of these. They're $12.99 a piece. And then, so I bought 2 and then got 2 for half off. I got the Think Pink. I got the Summer Fun. I got the Autumn Brilliance. And I got the, where is it? Basic Rainbow. So they had another pack there. Now I cleaned them out. That's the only reason I bought so many, because I wanted to only buy 1 pack and try them. The last time I was there, they were full of them. And when I went back yesterday, they had 1 of each left of everything. And they had another pack, and I don't know what the color combination was, but somebody stole one of the containers out of it. One of the little, little containers. So there was only 4 in the pack. Obviously I couldn't buy it. So I decided then just to pick them all up. I'm so glad I did, because I love them. So I don't know if you guys do this, but on items that I buy, like the Twinkling H2Os, like the acrylic dabbers, like things that you buy, the Neo colors, what have you. I like to write down in a little book, actually that Annie had made me. I put down like the colors I have. So I'll put down like the packages of the Twinkling H2O. So if I go back again and they have another, our Michaels takes a long time to get things back in stock. But if they do restock them, then I'll know which ones I have. And the ones I don't, I can always use a coupon on or whatever. So I used it here. I used the 1 pink on here. I love them. I love them. And this is over the molding paste, but I am so in love with these. So glad I did. So glad I bought them all. I won't be buying art items for a while. But I really haven't been buying many. I've been buying a lot of clearance stuff. But, and I don't buy things without a coupon, but I just was standing there debating for like 15 minutes, and my husband's like, just get them. So, okay, so we did our stencil at the beginning, the first video. The second video, we covered it with white. We black gessoed it and then did our stenciling, and then we did a water wash of white and blotted it off so you can see the colors coming through. I'm very bright in here today. I don't know why. And then, let me see if I turn this one light off. That makes it a little bit better. Then what I did was got stencils. I did dragonfly, butterflies, and a sun over top with some molding paste. If you don't have molding paste, take a little bit of white glue, water, a little baby powder, make it thick. You can use that. You can use your molding paste. You can use your stuff that you use on the walls, plastic, what's it called? I can't think of what it is, but you know, you fill in the holes, spackling. You can use gesso, you can use whatever, or you don't have to use anything. It's all in what you want to use. And I'm going to show you a few things here because a lot of people don't have molding paste. A lot of people, and you can look online for recipes for gesso. In my group, All Things Creative, if you look All Things Creative on Facebook, it's a group. We have a section where we have all kinds of homemade things that you can make. I have a couple videos coming up, actually. I have a video coming up of all the acrylic dabbers that I have to see how they work, to show you. And then, because I've been having some trouble with some, I have, and also a video coming up on how to make sprays, different color sprays. Kind of to the Dylusions. I love Dylusions, and I have many of them. But a couple, just to, you know, if you can't afford them, a lot of people can't afford them, and you want to be able to do things. And the dollar store is a great place to buy things to make your own. So anyway, but what I'm going to do on here is show you different ways to use things that you have at home instead of doing the twinkling H2Os, because I'm just playing because I was very excited. And you're going to hear my dogs run because, of course, they've been quiet all morning, and then I get on to record. So as you can see up here, we have the sun. And I'm going to scooch it in a minute so we can just concentrate on the sun. There we go. Okay. Now, I have a water. This is just a marker. This is the dual brush. It says Tri-C. I don't know who. Art Performance, dual brush. Don't know. It's just a regular marker. It's a watercolor marker. Now, you can use Bic markers. You can use Sharpies. I go and I buy the big packs of Bic markers, and I use a coupon. They're permanent, which it doesn't matter. These are watercolor ones. You know, like water soluble ones. But I'm going to show you a few different things. So with my sun, I'm just going to start coloring in with a marker. So if you don't have anything fancy, and you can tell I redid my paste right there because in the other video I kind of smushed it around. And it's nothing fancy. You can go over it like this and just get your things laid in. Let me show you. I'll just kind of give it a little scribble. Now, if you take a little bit of water on a paintbrush, except this is my hard paintbrush, I tell you, we'll just use my big paintbrush. You can see, now it sucks into, it's literally like being sucked into the molding paste because I did not seal it, which I don't care. But you can see it kind of goes all around. And you see how that works? I'm still getting a very bad glare. I don't like it. And I am not quite sure of where it's coming from. And then you can go over it again if you want. So these are great to use. I also have, which I love these. These are the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pens. Now I might go in and just outline the parts of the sun like this. Again, Bic markers, Sharpies, whatever you know, use a coupon, get it. Buy Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, black, white, and you can mix and match with your markers. And then you can take your wet brush one more time and kind of run them in. Kind of blend them a little bit. Remember when you're working on molding paste, you can also seal it, your molding paste. You don't have to, but you can see how it does suck everything in. But I don't care, because I'll play around with that. And you just keep kind of... Oh, my dogs are going nuts upstairs. And you just give it a little tap. And let me see. Let's see what else I can find. What was I gonna... Oh, my yellow. Here it is. Then I have a yellow. And you can just go in. Wet your brush again. Kind of give it... See how it kind of blends real good? And that's just a layer. And you leave that dry. You know, you can hit it with your gun. Colored pencils are good. Watercolor pencils are good. Something else I love. And what I'm going to do while I do the rest of these, I'll speed it up. I just want to show you a few things. I have my Neocolors. So maybe I'll take... And since this is still wet, it's going to blend. And these are beautiful. Now, you can't afford or you can't find Neocolors. You can use watercolor pencils, which Crayola, there's a lot of them who sell it. Now, look how beautiful that looks. And then I'll take a little bit of yellow, and I'll show you. A lot of people wet these before they use them. And I'm going to show you up close. And then I want to show you something. Now look at that. And then you just take your finger and kind of blend it. And look how pretty. I'm still getting a very glare, and I'm not real sure why. Let me check my light one more time. I got to find the right way here to get this working. Let's see if this will work. It's still too low. Let's try that and see. Looks a little bit better. I'm kind of in the dark, but I'll be okay. But you see, I mean, look how beautiful. And that's Neocolors. But if you cannot find Neocolors, or obviously, you know, you can have, what's it called? Portfolio oil pastels, which are wonderful. Or these are called, and Michaels has these, and I think AC Moore does too, but I know Michaels does. These are called Reeves Water Soluble Wax Pastel Set. And they look like this. And I will show you. Let's start. We'll do the butterfly here. Just to kind of show you. Let's do light blue and blue. And these are also water soluble. And you just kind of, these are called Reeves. They're in the section at Michaels where you find all the paint stuff, where the canvas is, and paints and all that kind of stuff are. Use a coupon. These are so inexpensive. And really, if you can't, this is what I've started. I mean, these are all down to, really to a nub. And this is what I started out with. And I'm just lightly going over because I'll take my finger. And I'll just stick my finger. Or you could spray it with just a little mist of water if you want. And it just spreads. Just wipe it on your molding paste. And if you want to dab up a little bit, like if it goes on the background, you don't necessarily want it there, just dab it up, and look at that. Now I could take the darker and just and since it's wet still underneath, it's great because it just kind of rubs. But these are great. And I'll have to do a sample, a test thing on these. I have a few videos that I'm going to be doing and just testing things out and showing you guys different ways and, you know, less expensive ways to do things or things to buy when you're watching YouTube videos, and we all do it. Just going to blend that on the edges and blend. But we all do it, and everybody, you know, I do it too. I look and see, like those twinkling H2Os I've been wanting forever. And, you know, I really shouldn't have bought them, but I was afraid that if I only bought 2, I'd get home, you know, use my coupon for 2. I would get home, and then I would love them, and I would go back, and they wouldn't be there. And, you know, I love making art. I love selling art, and look how cool that looks. So I'll definitely do a video where I show you comparisons of some things and inexpensive things to buy. I never go to Michael's or Joann's or AC Moore without coupons. And you can also mix and match the coupons at places. I went to Joann's and used my Michael's coupons. Okay, so that's something I want to show you. Okay. Now you've seen the Neo colors, you've seen the Reeves water soluble wax pastel set. This is a pack of 24. Probably spent $6 on it. You can't beat that. Let's go to something else. Let's do this dragonfly here. And we will use... okay, yeah. These are the gelatos. Michael's and... now my light's all weird. But Michael's and... I think Michael's is the only place that sells these right now. These are light... this is light purple and this is dark purple. And what you do is you can either wet your brush and you can put it on there and do it that way. Let me wet my brush. And then you just take the color off there. And then start. Do it that way. Some people put it down on their... I can't stand spot the light. It's driving me insane. Okay. I'm gonna have to bear... it's hard because the background without everything sticking out is kind of hard. There we go. See the color coming up? And I'll hold it up. This is by using the brush on the gelato itself. And then this is using the gelato, which I like to do because it picks up where you have the texture. So let me show you. Now I'm going to outline these in a black so they pop more. But can you see? And then if you just go over very lightly with your brush, if you want, you don't have to, or you can just use your finger. Now I would take a Q-tip because I'm a little anal. And now I might just take, because there's some of the gelato left on here, and just kind of run it over my paper, you know, my page, wherever. Just to get some of that extra off. Now I'll take a little bit of the dark, well, maybe I'll blot. Let me blot so it comes up off the paper more than not. And then I'm going to go in with my dark purple and just a little bit on the edges. As you can see, like kind of like highlights. Nothing fancy. Gonna wet my finger for a minute. And just kind of bring out that. And you can see how much water you put, how much of the gelato you put, of how much it shows. And I did all this very quickly. The molding paste and everything, it's not perfect at all. Remember, it's your art journal book. It's your journal. So it's, you know, you're not doing it to sell it. You're doing it for your own learning and pleasure and all that goes along with it. So then that's what we get for that. Now I have another butterfly down here. And let's try our H2Os. Just to show you, I'm using Good News, which is a green. And I'm using Lucky Apple. I've sprayed them prior, like they tell you to do, to get them soft. I have my brush. I let it sit a little bit longer than I should have, but it's all right. You can always spray it again. And I'm just going in, and you can see the color on my brush. And I'm going to go down here, and I'm just going to lightly go over it. And just with that little bit, the color that I'm getting on here is magnificent. And I have a dragonfly over here. Let's see if you can. Just going to put this on my dragonfly for now, and then I'll layer him with different colors because I hate wasting. Then I'll go to my page where you can see I scribble everything. Wet my brush for a minute and then just kind of go over it to get the rest of that out of there. And then that green's done, so I'll set it over here to dry. They say leave it dry overnight. By the end of the day, it'll probably be. So this is my dark green. Going back to the butterfly. I mean, look how bright. That's bright. I mean, that's bright. Look at that. Even if you can only afford, like I said, one of these and use a coupon and get it for $6.99. This one has a puddle in it. So I'm just going to kind of hit that puddle and kind of take my brush around. And I'm going to go in here. And then I'm just going to hit the outsides of this and kind of blend it in. Just because they do have different kind of shades through them. And you see a little bit goes a long way. That's something I'm going to really have to teach myself. Now, if I'm not digging all the blue on here because butterflies are different colors, I can just lightly, just with a light touch, go over the blue. And because it's all water solubles, they'll mix, they'll match. And it just gives you this shimmer. Oh my goodness. Now let me go on here and clean off my... I mean, it's just, I'm in love. Now that this is clean, I'm just going to kind of drag it through to pick up the moisture and kind of give it... And these are shimmery. These are watercolors. These are shimmery. But you kind of see what I'm saying. Clean that off. Okay. Now, if you don't have any of these, I'm all for glitter and paint. Acrylic paint with glitter in it, and, you know, any kind of acrylic paint. Now, let's say I'm not digging this dragonfly. So let me take a little bit of this. I'm taking the Extreme Glitter from Folk Art. It's called, what color are you called? Neon Green. How do you go wrong with neon green? I shook it, and I'm just gonna go in and touch on top of it. And just kind of add some really cool glitter to it. So my theme is Happy to Be Stuck with You. It is from Art Journal with Annie on Facebook. I have the links everywhere, all over my YouTube. I'll be doing a blog post. And my thing was just with nature and the sun and, you know, your butterflies and your dragonflies and your flowers, and just thought I'd play around a little bit, something different, because I'm a nature freak. And I thought, well, I can play with some of these items that I have that I've been wanting to play with. And since I've joined that group, I've been art journaling so much more. And my thing since the beginning, my God, 4 or 5 years, I don't even know how long it's been since I've been doing videos and live shows and everything, has always been to show you that you don't have to have all the expensive stuff to make fantastic art. A lot of things you can make yourself. I mean, this is the plaid glitter, and it gives the same effect as the twinkling H2O, especially if you put it over. I'm not going to touch the butterfly, but especially if you put it over something, you know, if you just did a plain green acrylic paint underneath and then put this on top, it gives you that nice look. And I just keep going. And I didn't grab I meant to grab I wanted to do a sparkle on my sun, but not even over here. Maybe on these two, on my butterfly, just to add a little bit of sparkle. And you just kind of run it over. Obviously, I gotta get my lighting situation a little bit better because it's hard to see, but I will hold it all up. I am gonna buy a new webcam because mine's like 4 or 5 years old, maybe a little bit less than that. And they've improved since then. Plus, I'm colorblind, so my daughter's always telling me when she watches my videos that my color's off. I'm like, it's because I'm colorblind. I can't tell. Okay. So that's just a general. So let me just hit this with the heat gun for a second. Again, you don't have to use molding paste. You can just use a stamp if you need guidance, or just draw. You can draw a butterfly. You can draw whatever you want. And the last thing I'm going to do, what you can also do with glitter glue. These are stickles, but there's tons of different glitter glue out. I'm just going to use the clear one. This is called Stardust. And I'm going to just add it a little bit to my, I'm just going to do like a plop in the middle. And I'm going to wipe off my brush and just give it a little bit of a, in my sun, to give it that little bit of a sparkle. And if you want to hit anywhere else, go ahead. Yeah, so you don't waste it. And then, while that dries, I'm going to write. Again, it's so hard to see because the background. It's so much better up close here, but let me see. I want to write in dark, and I want to write. My hand's going to get all, oh, it's dry already. Now, I was going to put a bee here, like literally, like have a bee, but which would have been really cute. But that meant I had to go through my stamps, and that would have taken me forever. Now, here we go. And we have our things. Now, let me just show you. I'm just going to kind of outline. This is a Faber-Castell, a very bold, they're called Big Brush. And you just outline. Outline what you got going on if you want. It just adds a little punch to it. If you don't want to, don't. I have this like OCD about outlining. I love outlining. Now I see there I missed his antenna, so I'll have to do that. I mean, you could spend all day here outlining. I'll do his antennas in a minute. And you can just sit and play all day. I mean, really play. This just makes it come out and stand off of the background. I have to use a smaller one for that. For this one, here's his little antennas. And these were fun to do with the kids. You can go in and trace the different parts. You can color these different parts. You can do whatever you want. I'll just keep these ones right now, so I'm not going to bore you with doing that. You can do the sun. You can do the flower. I just have my Pitt Artist Pen blue. And again, you can continue to outline and do all that. But that's just a few things to show you, different ways to use things. You don't have to have expensive stuff. Any questions, let me know. I will have Journal with Annie on the Facebook group. I'll have her link below. And this is it. This was just playing around in my art journal. Nothing fancy. I just wanted to do a nature themed thing. I'll probably end up outlining all the rest of this so everything's individual and doing, you know, something on here and just playing around. But this is the basis of it. So I hope you join the group and join along with us in art. And again, look how cool the twinkling H2Os are. And they blend so beautifully. Look at the flower. And that's the sun. The sun is just watercolor crayons or pencils or whatever you have, and then just a little bit of clear glitter on it, and it gives it the shine. So I hope you guys have a great day, and leave questions. Let me see what you guys do. I hope to see you in the group, and I will talk to you later. Bye.